Mheshimiwa Mtendere Daragira asante sana. Ni daraja ni kama iko pale kwingine. Huko huko shukuru. Aya, nimukanete. Aya. Asante sana. Thank you mono mono. Kwega mono. Kwega mono. Asante sana. Asante sana. Asante sana. Asante sana. Karibu sana mheshimiwa kwetu. Tulikuwa tumekungoja kwa hamu sana. Mzuri sana. President yako wapi? Okay. Karibu sana mheshimiwa. Tunakungoja sana. Hali ya tumareda muna kuona. Okay. Mena matamuno nawe andume haha. Magwetereire kwa hamu. Leo wamesema leo ni siku kubwa sana kwao. Haya mheshimiwa leo sio walino wanyu. Opsio. Yale kia wakinya lebe malawe inene. Ndio mwana mheshimiwa msera wako wito. Ni msera wako wito shukuru wito. Asante sana. Karibu sana tulikuwa tumekungoja kwa hamu. Anapotile turanywa saa yeye ni akiugeleria kwa ndoto kumukenera ile muno. Ona ngamiti ngene. Sana. Karibu sana. Ndegio gwiciria tugukinya hau utungatiri ni uguka niguo utuhingurira na mahoya ndagutuna maundu maingi muno mbere itu. Karibu sana. Karibu.
Tohoe Jehova Ngai na witũ mwene hinya wothe ine wa mwathani witũ Jesu Kristo nĩ tũkwenda gũgũtĩa Ngai nĩ tũkwenda gũgũcokeria ngatho nĩ tondũ wewe Ngai na gũtirĩ Ngai ũngĩhana tawe. Ithe witũ wa matũne nĩ wega nĩ tũragũtũhe mweke tũgakorwo tũhe mwathani nĩ tũmenyete ti mawĩra maitũ mega kana ciĩko citũ njega mwathani twĩkĩte no nĩ tũmenyete Ngai witũ nĩ gwĩtĩkĩra wĩtĩkĩte mwathani gũtũiguĩra tha. Nĩ tũrakombereria gatũrũme ka ũthingu na tũkandĩkĩria mwathani te Jehova Ngai tũgũtirĩ Ngai ũngĩhana tawe. Mwathani mwega na mũthingu nĩ tũkwenda gũgũcokeria ngatho nĩ tondũ wa mũthenya wa mũthenya gatũrũme ka matũrũ twetereire mũno mwathani no Jehova Ngai matũrĩ tũhoeire no gĩtĩkĩra uturathime Ngai turoturaga muoyo ndo Yesu Kristo tukuhoya ninge tugucokeria ngatho.
Tukateliru Negi muno, asante sana. Tondu tukiri kwa mwalimu riu gituonekana tukiri karibu otiamania okay sema ni ndio ngigitura gutiri karibu ndio gugituhuthi Ngai ni mwega aityo mabe hewani walimu hapa nyuma tukigegeno muno ni undu wa muthenya wa umuthi ukorwo kwina mweshimiwa iteka mweshimiwa tuloke Kiharu angĩkorwo na ciana nĩcio ũguo mũrĩakenu arimũ mũrĩakenu. Thank you very much our head teacher Mheshimiwa Mashigo Mheshimiwa Ndindi Nyoro na tongoria yothe moka haha mũthenya wa mũthĩ tukana kũmũnyita ũgeni gĩikaro-inĩ gĩkĩ gitũ gĩa Kiakage no tiĩrĩa tũĩ nĩ Kiakage ĩngĩ ĩno nĩ ĩrĩa ya kũrĩa US tondũ tũthiĩtwo no tũrona ithe mũtikenete. Koguo Mheshimiwa Ndindi Nyoro ithuĩ no twage ciugo tũrathiĩ gwetha ciugo cia gũkwĩra nĩ wega turenda Ngai ũcio ũgitagĩra andũ ake arĩa mamwendete mathiĩ na mbere na gũkũgitĩra. Wisdom ĩrĩa yaheirwo Solomon ĩyo nĩyo tũrakũhoya tondũ tũĩ mwana witũ wĩ mwana mwega na ũratũgeria maya mega ũũ mathaka ta ma US nĩ ũndũ wa maũndũ marĩa we nawe wanagerera. Koguo karibuni sana nĩgetha mũhote gũthiĩ na mbere. Nĩ njũĩ nĩ ũrathiĩ handũ hangĩ na niĩ ndĩtagwo Joseph Mwangi board member gũkũ Kiakage nĩ ndaheirwo wĩra ũyũ nĩ mwarimũ na andũ ake na koguo nĩ tũthiĩte wega na ithuĩ tũrĩ arĩa maretĩĩra na arĩa marakenera maũndũ maya. Koguo nĩ njũĩ mwarimũ nĩ akũgweta kaũndũ no tũtakwaria mũno. Mheshimiwa Ndindi nĩ ũrona gũkũ ũrĩa gũthakarĩte no wathiĩ haha ũguo ũgakora hena ndaka ĩroka haha ũguo nĩngũthiũrũkĩte gũkũ nĩngoretwo ngĩthiĩ ũguo nĩ ũndũ wa ũrĩa ciana irathiĩ kũrĩa kĩoro-inĩ ciathiĩ kwĩna ndaka ciathiĩ kĩoro-inĩ nĩ mũkarigũikarehera koguo gũkũrĩa mheshimiwa. Koguo no twende ona hau pavement cia ũgĩcoro-inĩ cikorwo ciĩ njega. Ũndũ ũcio ũngĩ Nyoro kĩarimũ nĩ takĩhunjio mana hau ndarega gũthiĩ ngathiĩ kũrĩa thukuru. Koguo haha mũico mheshimiwa no twende kĩoro kĩarimũ kĩoro kĩega tondũ hena space ya kuweza appreciate koguo witũ nĩwe gũkora hakwa andũ mheshimiwa nĩ njũĩ ndangĩrĩra ũhoro ũcio manyeki wĩ mũrata wakwa hakuhĩ nĩwe na tũthiĩte na nĩ tuona ũrĩa mũratũĩka kũrĩa kandĩwa nĩ chairman wa security na nĩ tuona nginya model ratũĩ mũranga kũu nĩ rambu ya kĩrorerwo. Koguo nĩguo mwamwĩke wega na mũrathime nĩgetha tũhote gũthiĩ na mbere tũteithĩtie Kiharu ũrĩa mheshimiwa angĩenda. Tumsifu Yesu Kristo. Tumsifu Yesu Kristo. Mungu ni mwema na kila wakati. Thank you very much. Mwalimu nĩngwenda hihi gũcokeria
God is good all the time. We are also witnesses that God is good, isn't it? Wale wako darasa la 9, la 8, la 7, mnajua shule yetu vile ilikuwa wakati tulikuwa wadogo, si ndio? Ni nani ametengeneza shule yetu? Makofi. Sasa mheshimiwa, isipokuwa mahali umeambiwa na chairman, sisi tuko poa kutoka kwa gate na kwa madarasa. Kama ungekuja wakati wa zamani unajua vile ulikuwa unakuta. Sasa chairman ameongea mambo ya choo cha walimu. In fact we are using cha special. Tunatumia mlango moja wa special na special anatumia mlango huu mwingine. Kwa hivyo we are renewed. You remember I told you several. So this time ningependa ututengenezee. Jambo hilo lingine ni la fence ya kule nyuma. Wakati barabara ilichimbwa huko chini, sasa fence yetu imehang huko juu hivi. Na watchman anapata kazi ngumu sana wakati wa kuangalia. Kwa hivyo pia tunaweza uliza if it is possible tutengenezewe kidogo. Jambo hilo lingine, tumejaribu kuweka environment. Siku hizi watu wanakuja wakienda wedding, wanakuja kupigiwa picha hapa. Na tutakuwa tunawalipisha sasa. Atakuwa anaacha chai kidogo. But we are happy, we are in a very good place. Ile imebaki tu ni kiwanja pale na parts za kwenda msalani. The other thing ni ati tuliandika mtu wa kuangalia environment. Another lakini anafanya kazi nzuri. Sasa hatutakuwa tunanunua maua ya kuongeza. Ako na nasari yake, amesaidiwa na mama mazingira. Wako na nasari hapo na mama mazingira, wanatengeneza, wanapanda miti na maua hii wanaongeza. So ukinyesha tunaongezea huko. The other thing ni ati, where is Zelfa? Zelfa karibia na Tita Jemima. Tita Jemima, Tita Jemima hapo hapo. Harakisha kidogo, mheshimiwa anaenda mahali pengine. Sisi hatuna la kusema, sababu you have done a lot for us and we are very happy about it. We just pray that God sees you through everything. Wacha nikaribishe Teacher Jemima, alikuwa ametumwa na walimu, na Zelfa alikuwa ametumwa na wanafunzi. Dakika moja.
Our honorable MP, the MCAs, our guests, learners, and my fellow teachers, good morning. Okay, my name is Wangari Kameri, a JS teacher in Kiharu Primary, taking mathematics and business studies. One, I want to welcome you, our honorable member of parliament, and your guests. Asante sana kwa kuja hapa. We are very happy to be associated with you. We only have got a few things to say. One, we cannot have done whatever we have done here, whatever you have done here without you. When we see the cabros, when we see the ornamental trees, and all other things that you have, even the classroom floors, the tiles that you metuwekea, we are very grateful. Feel appreciated, and whatever comes your way, know that we love you and we are with you. Our teachers here, I want to do a bit of kidogo. Our teachers here, we don't come from this area. We are traveling from town, and therefore we carry our own food. So when we get here, we have to eat cold food, simply because we do not have a cooker. So if it is well with you, we request you to buy for us a cooker. The other thing that, having done all what you have done, we also require to come together in a well-manicured area, whereby we can do a bit of team building. So if it is well with you, we would request you to take us now for a retreat, so that we can we can view that we can do we can strategize there, and so that the masomo can also be as well as the grounds here. As we have been told about the teachers' washrooms, I do not want to repeat. I'm sure that one home and dry. Now, some of us, it is during the rainy season. It might be too much, but we do marking. When it is raining, we might not be able to go to class, but we do a bit of marking in the staff room. The mabati, they are making too much noise. So on behalf of the teachers, I would request that you put for us ceiling boards. So that as we mark, we can be able to talk to each other. Otherwise, we appreciate you so much. We are happy to be associated with you. When on Fridays, I move away from here and I go to another area. And they are usually very jealous of our school because I do tell them, and not even our school, even our MP, Ndindi Nyoro, we are proud of you. We are very proud of you. Okay, I'm also very proud to be a teacher of the MCA Township. I taught him when he was doing his diploma. When he was pursuing his diploma, I taught him. So I am very proud that he is there. Otherwise, asante sana, mbarikiwe sana, karibuni tena. Thank you.
Then we have wale ambao tunafanya hii kazi yote sababu yao. Tuko na Zelfa hapa, ako na Kiska. Karibu Zelfa.
Nyoro Kiharu. Our Honorable Ndindi Nyoro, Kiharu Member of Parliament, Honorable Gladys, Mama Mazingira, Honorable Mashigo, MCA Township, our head teacher, Mrs. Mwangi, our school chairman, Mr. Joseph Mwangi, teachers, parents, and our visitors. My name is Zelfa, a grade 9 student. Good morning. Firstly, Kiharu better for us and in our future. Last but not least, the last time you bought us sausage, and we like them very much. This time, we still would like to eat another sausage and chapati. Thank you for listening and for your time. God bless you. We are Africans and Africa is our business.
Zelfa, thank you very much. Zelfa amewaombea sausage zingine na chapati. Pige makofi. She's a very good student. She does well. Our class is doing well. And we are hoping for very good marks. Winding up, we are happy that you had time to come here. Nitukunyoteire. Tutida tugethenia Richard. Kwani lakini tulijua ile kazi ulikuwa unafanya na ndio ilikuwa inafanya tukukose wakati mwingine. We are happy. I would like to call to Mama Mazingira. Ako na kazi na hawa wanafunzi na huwa anakuja sana sababu ya hiyo Mama Mazingira. Hello. Hi. Mheshimiwa wetu Ndindi Nyoro na walimu wetu, kwanza ni kusema mimi ni rafiki wa hii shule na hawa wanafunzi wote ni marafiki zangu, maana tumekuwa tukifanya nao mambo ya mazingira na tumekuwa tukitengeneza tree nurseries, na nakwambia hii kazi ulifanya hapa ni kazi ya muhimu sana. It has brightened this school, na hawa watoto pia vile wameng'aa ndivyo pia environment yao imeng'aa. Mpigieni makofi mbunge wetu. Nashukuru sana kwa vile umepatia hii shule sura mpya. Kitambo kulikuwa kumejaa vumbi, lakini saa hii hata matope hatuwezi kanyanga. Kwa hivyo tunakushukuru na tunasema hata vile umeendelea pia kutengeneza madarasa yetu, pia masomo imeweza kuinuka. Yangu tu ni mheshimiwa wetu Ndindi Nyoro ni kukuambia tuko na club ya Environment Club ambayo imekuwa ikihifadhi haya mazingira ambayo ilipandwa miti, na hiyo Environment Club ndio imeweza wakati saa zile kulikuwa na jua ndio waliweza kumwagilia hii maji na hii mimea hii maua yote ikakuwa namna hii. Tupigeni makofi. Kwa hivyo ikiwezekana unaweza nunulia hao wanafunzi, sababu sio wengi, wanunuliwe kaskafu ama ka uniform na at least wapatiwe ka motivation kwa ile kazi nzuri wamefanya. Kwa hivyo nakushukuru na ninawapenda sana watoto wetu. Kwaherini sana. Asanteni sana. Mama mazingira rafiki yenu huwa anakuja anawaletea kitu hata chakula. They are very happy when they see. So ningependa sasa kuita our MCA.
Asante sana our head teacher Mwalimu Firiz, mheshimiwa wetu wa hapa mbunge wa Kiharu, Mheshimiwa Dede Nyoro, walimu wetu, na naona kuna wazazi na wanafunzi. Murang'a geidia yogo kinyari mukuri anyone neturaiguana. Asante sana. Mimi Mheshimiwa Dede Nyoro, yangu ni kukushukuru kwa sababu ya vile umetransform maneno ya shule zetu katika eneo yote ya Kiharu, na hasa sisi wananchi wa hapa town tunao ya kujivunia, kwa sababu hii ikiwa makao makuu ya kaunti yetu ya Murang'a, umeweza kutengeneza shule zetu zote katika hii township ward, na hii ikiwapo moja ya shule yenye iko hapa katika hii ward yetu ya township. Mimi nimesema niko na furaha sana, kwa sababu 1 year ago, mheshimiwa, hapa tulikuwa tunapitia kwa matope, na leo hii tunao ya kujivunia, kwa sababu wewe ni kusema na kutenda. Ulisema ya kwamba hii shule zetu utazitransform zote, na leo hii tunafurahia ya kwamba ni ashidodeketa totike muhurire rohe. Ningetaka kueleza ya kwamba hii Kiharu constituency ndio constituency yenye kubwa sana katika kaunti yetu ya Murang'a. Na mimi mheshimiwa, ni kukushukuru kwa vile umejaribu kubalance maendeleo katika eneo wodi zote zetu za Kiharu. Kwa hivyo mimi nakushukuru sana kwa vile umepelekesha maneno ya masomo, na tunakuombea miaka mingi. Ndio hiyo yote yenye tunasemaga ya kwamba yale yote yenye tunafanya sisi tutatoka, na yale yote maendeleo tunaweka yatakuwa akikumbukwa. Kwa hivyo ni vizuri tuendelee kuweka bidii, na nyinyi walimu vile tumesikizana na nyinyi muendelee kutia bidii, na yale yote yenye mnataka tusaidiane kama mwalimu umesema. Najua nimefanya vizuri kuwapigia hii CDF center iliyoweka, na tutaendelea kusaidiana. Mheshimiwa Dede, sina mengi la kusema kwa sababu tunaenda mahali pengine, lakini ujue ya kwamba sisi kama wananchi wa township board tuliakenu muno makeria muhurire iro mheshimiwa. Karibu sana mheshimiwa.
Thank you muno mheshimiwa Masigo, our chief, mwalimu wetu na rafiki yangu pia Madam Phyllis Mwangi, our chairman wetu Jose nilikalangu sio hiyo, nikimuita Jose yako sawa, ama Joseph Mwangi, na walimu wote wa St. Joseph Comprehensive School, mama mazingira, na pia wazazi wetu ambao wako na hawa wadosi wa kesho ambao ni wanafunzi wa St. Joseph Comprehensive Academy. Good morning. Tunyarokia Kiharu. Tunyarokia Kiharu. Mwalimu, nimekuwa nikitamani sana kufika hapa St. Joseph, na vile umeeleza ni ukweli. Nimekuwa na kazi ambayo ya kutumikia nchi ambayo ilikuwa inahitaji muda mwingi sana, lakini nashukuru Mungu pia kwa ile nafasi amenipea kama mbunge wa Kiharu, ambayo tumeweza kufanya hii kazi ambayo hata hatujapata muda wa kuja kuiona. Kuna mambo watu huongea, lakini mambo ya kuona ukiongea sana unaharibu. Kwa sababu to be very honest, St. Joseph, by all standards, there is not even a private school in the entire county that looks like this one. Na nasema hiyo kwa sababu naendanga kwingi na naona hii shule from the gate Ukiangalia mazingira yote ya shule, kabro, the landscaping, the tiling, the smartness of the pupils and students, the tenacity ambayo naona kwa walimu, I am very, very, very impressed. Congratulations all of you. Na nitasema tu machache kwa wanafunzi, alafu nimalizie kwa yale tumeomba. Wanafunzi, wakati uko hapa shule ya St. Joseph, ujue ya kwamba uko hapa kwa muda mfupi sana, na ujue hii kazi yote tunafanya of improving our infrastructure. Kuna kazi siwezi fanya kama mbunge, hata nikiweka kabro, niweke tiles hapo. Kwa kusoma lazima nyinyi wenyewe msaidiane na walimu, lakini mwalimu pia ako na limit ya what they can do, and therefore hata wewe kama mwanafunzi uko na jukumu ya kutii ile mwalimu anasema, ya kusoma kwa bidii, ya kuwa mtu ambaye anaweza kuwa dependable hapo baadaye. And the best way to do that is for you, wakati uko hapa shule, uanze wewe mwenyewe kujiprepare to be a very good product ya hapo kesho, ya kuwa mtu ambaye anahitajika na community na nchi hapo kesho. Na kwa hivyo tafadhali, ukiwa hapa ujipepe kama mtu ambaye ungetaka kuwa hapo kesho. Usitake kuwa daktari saa hii na wewe kazi unafanya saa hii haiambatani na mtu anaweza kuwa daktari. Uko na ambition ya kuwa engineer, lakini matendo yako hapa lazima iambatane na mtu anataka kuwa engineer hapo kesho. Tutie bidii, tutie nidhamu pia. Ukiwa huko nje wakati ya tuko shule, let's be in the right places like the church. Let us also be dependable in our communities. Mtu yeyote ambaye yako kwa village yenu yenye ni yeti ya mzazi wako, lazima umchukulie kama mzazi wako, umpatie heshima, uanze kujibeba kama mtu wako na heshima kutoka ukiwa mdogo. Na haswa nikimalizia, usiregarege tu. Even you put some effort, work harder a little bit, so that also you can reap more than the others. Na ukiwa hapa ujue the biggest competition you have is your own potential. Kwa hivyo wewe ujikaze to your limit. But you are not necessarily competing with any other person. You are competing with you and your own potential. Otherwise, najua hii shule nimekuja mara mingi, na Mungu akinipea wakati nitakuja tena. Kwa hivyo nisiongee yote, nimalizie hapo. Asanteni sana. Kamu nene? Kau kau. Mana nasa? Dia mau muria. Orang asai. Buku. Oke. Oh, kamu orang siari kira aku. Parten. Kau kamu no.
Bwana nisaidieni kwanza. Chukua soda hapo. Udah dah kagak aku. Ni kata ki. Kagak ada dia.
Mheshimiwa. Huyu ni Mheshimiwa Ndindi Nyoro, Mheshimiwa wa Kiharu, tuko Kiharu, hapa ni kwake.
Asante sana. Asante sana. Kabisa.
very happy. Asante sana. Asante sana.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome our Mheshimiwa gladly. As we proceed, because we want to make very good use of the time, and we have several guests who will be speaking to us, I want to take this opportunity to welcome Professor Wachira, who is one of our board members, to bring to us our guest speaker, and soon after that we will get to hear the other invited guest. Our theme for this event is my people. And so I believe that it is very important for us to take counsel on how to take care of our gem. Thank you, Karibu Professor.
Thank you. Our chief guest, Professor Laban Kiharu, our MP, Mheshimiwa Nyoro, Senator Veronica Maina, Chairman Equity Bank, Dr. Peter Monga, all invited guests, BOM members, parents, students, hamjambo. Bwana asifiwe. Yes, today I have the privilege to introduce our chief guest, Professor Laban Kiharu. And before I say a few things about him, let me say that I had the privilege of working with Professor Kiharu for the last about 6 years at Desta University. And I can say without any contradiction that Professor Kiharu has greatly transformed Desta University to be a premier institution, not just in Kenya, but in the region and also in the world. Professor Laban Kiharu is the Vice Chancellor at Desta University since March 2019. He has been a chemistry teacher. Professor Laban Kiharu is actually a teacher. So he has been a chemistry teacher and principal of several high schools, professional director of education, deputy director of staff training, Kenya Education Management Institute, senior deputy director of policy and planning at the Ministry of Education, senior deputy director for research and curriculum development at the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, director of quality assurance and standards at Moi University, where he also served as the acting deputy vice chancellor, administration planning and development, and also acting vice chancellor. Professor Kiharu is a Fulbright scholar, and I hope that some of our students here will become Fulbright scholars. These are prominent scholars recognized the world over. So Professor Kiharu is a senior Fulbright scholar since studying in the US in 2011 to 2012, where he taught and researched at the University of Texas, A&M. He is a leading consultant in research, organizational leadership, and performance, and a professor of research method and statistics. He has wide research and wide publication track record. I want to say, even after reading this very high profile, that Professor Kiharu is a parent, and not just to his children, but also to many children. He mentors many schools, particularly secondary schools across Kenya. Now, can we put our hearts together to invite Professor Nyoro to make his...
Professor Wachira, thank you for that flowery introduction. I want to recognize the following. First of all, Honorable Member of Parliament, Ndindi Nyoro, what a personality you are. Kenya today doesn't like politicians, so it's very refreshing to see a politician come in and is genuinely well received. I want to recognize Senator Honorable Veronica Maina, but in a very special way, I want to recognize Dr. Peter Munga, the Chairman of Equity Bank. And I want to say I venerate him, I adore him, and what a gift to this country and the rest of Africa. By the way, in this country, it's very rare nowadays to get people of substance, people who make genuine contributions to our country. And seeing what Equity Bank has done to empower the vulnerable and the small-scale businesses and to become one of the largest banks in the region, you can only venerate Dr. Peter Munga, and mine is just to ask God to continue blessing you for this country. Imagine if Kenya had about 20 Mungas. Yes. But what do we see on TV? What do we see everywhere? We see self-glorification that really doesn't add value to this country. So I'm very delighted. I'm also recognizing the chair of the Board of Management, Dr. Joyce Rungu, and also the chair of the Parents Association, the Director of Education present here today, and all the guests, particularly the parents and the students of this great school, Kahuya Girls. I stepped into this school sometime in 1979, and I slept on this compound because my best man, Lawrence Muruki from Karatina, was posted to this school after our training in Kenyatta, and I was posted in Western Province. So I came here and stayed with him overnight to know where he was. He was a best man, and we knew each other too closely. So that's the first time. The second time I came here, I was instructed by my peers, Professor Karega Mutai, to come for a day like this one. So, and the third time I'm coming on invitation of the board, courtesy of my Deputy Vice Chancellor of Finance, Professor Wachira. Ladies and gentlemen, the girls, the entertainment, the Girl Guides, the Kisi item, there was a beautiful item by Gentrix Mungai. There was the Shairi group, the Christian Union, but that duet of Agatha Minor and Precious just blew up my mind. I want to thank them. I want to thank the vernacular radio presenters, the school choir. You have made my day, coming from Nairobi and just enjoying a different setup where I'm not under pressure. So I want to say this, Mr. Manyara, I see good brains when I look at them once. So Mr. Manyara, I liked the way you organized the prizes. We did not take more than 12 minutes and all the awards had been done. What an organization. But above all, yes. But above all, Mr. Manyara, what crossed my mind was that, my God, look at how smartly he's dressed. Because you are mentoring these young people, and you must remain smart, and it tells me a lot. So these grandchildren of mine, Gentrix, come forward, Agatha and Precious. I just want to say thank you. You made your grandfather very, very proud. Where are they? Very, very proud and very courageous, my God. I'm calling you my grandchildren because my first grandchild is at Precious Blood in 4th form. So I can see this and I'm saying, my God, what a wonderful, wonderful pair. So I don't know whether you're allowed to buy bread here. Are you girls? Are you allowed to buy bread? For the rest of the students, just know in life, chance favors the prepared mind. The board, the principal, the teachers, the parents, invited guests, and most importantly, the brilliant and beautiful daughters of Kahuya girls. Today is a day of celebration, but also of reflection. Because behind every prize awarded today, there's a hidden story. A story of sacrifice, a story of hope, a story of someone who refused to give up. And so I would like the girls of Kahuya girls to dream more. And please remember, in life, education can take you from that poor environment, that difficult environment. I was reading about your member of parliament and the school he went through. I've never heard him boast that he went through Alliance Boys or Nairobi School. He went through a very ordinary school. And there he is today, a voice of reason across the country. So why can't you be like Mary Atieno, who, this is a true story, he came from a home where her father had lost his job. Her mother sold vegetables in Line Saba in Kibera. Every morning, Mary would help wash the clothes of her younger siblings, sweep the compound, and then walk over 4 kilometers to school. Her classmates had pens, rulers, and packed meals. She had none of these, but she had something greater, a dream. She used to say, one day I'll wear a white coat and be called a doctor. She studied under smoky kerosene lamp, Koroboi. She stayed behind after class to ask questions, while others ran off to play. Sometimes she went to sleep hungry, but she never complained. And when results came, she had topped the then Kakamega County. He's a prominent doctor today, a consultant. I'm talking about the power of sacrifice. That is the power of a dream. Kahuya girls have come to ask you to dream. I've come to ask you to sacrifice. So young ladies of this school, some of you are seated here today and are going through quite some battles. We don't know. Maybe you have lost a parent. Maybe your family struggles to pay your fees. Maybe you doubt your own worth. But let me tell you something. You are not what you lack. You are what you carry inside yourself. So I want the girls to carry fire in yourselves, carry your potential, and carry a destiny that only you can fulfill. But there's a secret to this, the girls of Kahuya, about chasing your dreams. You must walk with humility as you chase those dreams. And parents, I want you to encourage these girls to chase their dreams so that they can become what God wanted them to become. So parents, my word to you is keep sacrificing. And I'm glad to see that the majority of the parents here in Murang'a, we actually have a mix of fathers and mothers. Unlike other places where you usually have the mothers dominating. Maybe this is a girls' school. That's why fathers are also here. Knowing the relationship between fathers and their daughters. By the way, I meet my friends and they tell me, oh, I have 2 sons or I have 3 sons. I don't tell them, but in my heart I say you are in trouble. Because I have 7 children. God took one away, but she left behind a daughter. And what a delight it is to have a daughter. Whenever my M-Pesa phone rings, the money tone, it has to be Marlin. It can't be Nelson. No. So just remember that. And mothers, you hold our homes. I don't know where I would be myself if Agnes didn't hold the home. Although now she's bedridden in sickness, I don't know where we would be without a mother. I don't have the time to narrate, but many times when I had problems with my children, it is the mother I sent. Fathers, in a typical voice, go and talk to your children. And the mother solves the problem. So the parents keep sacrificing, keep encouraging these girls. By the way, Kahuya girls, you are not as extraterritorial or whatever you are saying. You are not that. This is a national school. In every right, by every definition. Yes. So if you keep saying we are extra county, then you will be content. I asked Professor Washira, what was the mean last year? By the way, I have not heard that. Nobody has mentioned the mean today. I was told it was 7 point something. Not for Kahuya girls. We can just resolve. We can resolve, by the way, to be the best girls' school in this country. And I know we can do it. I'm also talking as a high school principal because I'm the one who pioneered Sunshine School in Nairobi. The late president gave me that opportunity, and we pushed Sunshine to be in the top 10 on first attempt. Kahuya, you can be better than that other school you think is a national school. To the girls, I want you never to forget your story. Unajua tukija hapa tukiwa wengi, saa zingine madhumuni yetu inakuwa tofauti. tunaanza kudidimia, tunaanza kujifikiria ya kwamba tuko sawa, kwa sababu wengi wetu tuko katika hicho kikundi. I want you never to forget your story. I am today what I am because I never forgot my story. I'm a son of a driver, God rest his soul. And I grew up in Kibera Line Saba. And I went through day school. Upper Hill School was a day school those days, from 1 to 4. And in a day school where I also did with the Koroboi, I still made a first division and then was called to the prestigious Mangu High School for Form 5 and 6. But I never forgot my story, that in my father's house there was no meat. That in my father's house, my mother, I had never seen my mother wearing shoes. That my mother went to shambas of people so that she can get some money to buy omena for her only son who had come for holidays. And she couldn't afford anything better. Lakini wengi wenu mnakuja hapa mnasahau your story. You begin to pretend that you come from a well-off family. I remember one time my mother had to come to Upper Hill School because I was getting an award. And she couldn't walk through the gate. She stopped at the gate and they were persuading her to come in. She couldn't because she didn't have shoes. And she was in a faded dress until I went to pick her from the gate. And even then, she was walking along the hedge. Some of you will never get the grade you want because you are forgetting your story.
Not necessarily political leaders, leaders who want to make wealth. That's why I dreamt of starting a bank with only 5,000 shillings. Which is probably in the pocket of everybody here, except them. With 5,000 shillings, determination and passion, and wanting to achieve my dream, I started a finance house equivalent to a bank in Kangema, in a shop that big. And it's from there that we built that bank to now the greatest bank in East and Central Africa. With the largest asset base, with over 18 million customers, having started with one customer in Kangema. So that one customer has now become the base of the 18 million customers that we have in our banking institution. That is all about the dream. Wanting to meet, to fulfill your dream. Dreaming of becoming a bank, a chairman of a bank at the age of 35. Then, because I have also married a girl from Kahuya with strong dreams too, she encouraged me. I would feel to go home to be asked, how far are we going? Are we going to open a second branch? So you also look for somebody who is aligned to your dreams. And because you are from Kahuya, you will therefore be able to attract somebody with similar great dreams, so long as you have those dreams and you try to achieve them. So, as we build our Kahuya Center of Excellence, if the issue is putting up the administration block and the other facilities that are required so that we can reinvent ourselves to be who we are and what we have been, so be it, and we shall support you with everything that we have. So So I came today for those two reasons. First, to pass my greetings, also to honor the request of the alumni of this school. And in this school, even if you are from Makerere or from Nairobi University, your character, if you are to be allowed to go through that gate, is really evaluated by the so-called the principal of this school, Macdonald. Is it Macdonald? Macdonald. She was a very strong lady, sent all the way to this place by the Queen to create women leadership in Kenya. And therefore, we should leave that legacy. Have a great day. I'm being reminded of one omission, serious omission, that I have not said my contribution. I just came to present myself with the 200,000 shillings because I think that is good enough. So long, if the girls can send me with good greetings to Pioneer. Is that so? Tell them they are good, handsome men. They are bright. They should come here one of these days. Thank you.
A better round of applause for Dr. Munga.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The Lord has provided more than enough, no matter where I go. Victory is my name.
Yeah.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The Lord has provided.
So, DJ, I will ask one of our BOM members, Mheshimiwa Nyagia, to just say a word of gratitude and thanksgiving to our guest.
Thank you very much, Chair, Advocate Charles. I wish to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Munga, one, for your presence. These days they say the power of presence. We really appreciate you coming to this function. You're actually the first person to arrive among the guests. Congratulations. I also want to say he's given us very strong words and message. You've shared a lot with Munga at various functions, and especially when I was CC Education Murang'a. We really appreciate your input. We really appreciate your advice and the message that you've given us as Kahoya girls. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
So, Madam Principal, we are fundraising now. Where is the treasurer? We need to collect checks. We are now on the money side of things. So we have a check of 200,000 from Dr. Peter Munga. Mpigieni makofi tafadhali. And we already have 500,000 from Daystar Group. Mpigieni makofi. Yeah, so we are going on very well. We want to rush things a bit because of time and also the weather. We want to hear now from an alumni of this school, a lady who is not only a leader, but also a personal friend. I got to know him when I was tasked to do some job for the UDA Secretariat, where she was heading. And from there, we became very good friends. And I admire her level of organization and self-confidence. You know, self-confidence is a winner by itself. I don't want to introduce her so much. She's going to speak for herself because of time. I don't want to recite the protocols again. We shall adopt them as they are. But I want us to put our hands together as we welcome Madam Senator Mheshimiwa Veronica Maina, Kahuya Girls alumni. Well, DJ, turn.
Thank you so much, my good friend, Mr. Jenga, advocate, also the chair of disciplinary committee of the UDA. And at the very onset, allow me to first apologize because my voice is hoarse. I got a cold. I was wondering how I would speak in this event, but I had to encourage myself and take some tablets so that I can be with you. To the chief guest, Professor Laban, whom we deeply admire for what the journey you have walked from Moi University to your current assignment. Thank you very much for the good words you've spoken to us. Dr. Munga, founder, Equity, who is like my father, I treasure and appreciate you. Thank you always for acknowledging what my dad did in your life. Maybe because of such, God bless my dad with children like me so that he can know what he did in Mr. Munga's life was not in vain. Though my dad did not go to school himself, he only went up to maybe class 2, but he's a man I deeply admire. He's worked so hard and made sure all his children have gone to school. Mrs. J here, Principal, Kahuya Girls, thank you so much. Our area MP, whom we love so much, Honorable Ndindi Nyoro. You have one of the best MPs. Can you clap for him? He is a lover. He is a lover of education, and he's done an incredible job in Kiharu constituency. You have seen the beautiful schools, and he also did a good job as the chair of the budget committee, the board chair, the chair of the Parents Association, the teachers, the parents, the non-teaching staffs, and students, all invited guests. Good afternoon. God is good all the time. I also want to acknowledge a few guests I came in with. Our MCA, nominated MCA, Susan Durango from Kirinyaga, mpigie makofi. She's holding a leadership position. I came in with Grace, Mombi, Petra. I came in with Pastor Martin. I don't know where they are. I did not want to show up in my old school alone. I had to come and show I have a team and I work with a team. Wapigie makofi tena. I am so delighted that Mr. Jenga insisted I had to be there together with the Alumni Association. Waiverero advocate, who is my senior. We have a pecking order in the advocate's role. The one who gets admitted first becomes your senior. So she is my senior, and Mr. Jenga is my junior, happily so. So at least I have one junior in this venue. I am delighted to be, so delighted to be back to my school again. You look so beautiful, beautiful girls. Can you turn to your neighbor and affirm them and tell them how beautiful they look? Just the way we used to dress. You know, we came to this school and we wore the same uniform you were wearing. I was a student here from 1986 to 1989. I'm not a fossil, don't calculate my age. I wore the same uniform you say you were wearing, but it did not have this beautiful label for Kahuya Girls. So I can see an improvement in that uniform. At the time when I was using this uniform, I didn't like it actually in principle. I didn't like green. But today, green is my best color because I discovered the emerald green, the beautiful green you are wearing, was being used in the catwalks in New York. So I said, you mean green is good after all? And it's the color of nature. So it turned out to be one of the good colors, and I have enjoyed it together with the yellow. I have a history with the yellow color. You know, I was the Secretary General of the UDA, and we used the yellow color. and I was the first woman Secretary General in Republic of Kenya. Yet, I was an old school in this school. I was raised in the village. I walked to school without shoes. I came to school not speaking English when I came to Kahuhia Girls. I could not express myself properly in English language. And I always make this joke with my friends that I am among the students in Kenya who are instructed on how to speak English using Kikuyu language. We used to be told, cat nenyau, dog newe neke. We used to be instructed English in Kikuyu language. And yet today, by the grace of God, I went on, I had the basic education from Kahuhia Girls in the high school, Kanyanyaini Primary School. I proceeded on to University of Nairobi by the grace of God and passed a Bachelor of Laws and proceeded on to University of London for my Master's in Law. And I have also done other qualifications from San Remo International Institute of Humanitarian Studies, Kenya School of Law, among other colleges and certifications that I have been given. So what started as just an invisible village girl, what I started as an invisible village girl turned me into somebody who could eventually speak the English in spite of the accent at international platforms and doing consultancies with the UN. So even before I became a senator, I was still doing my legal practice and able to consult with organizations like the UN. I only tell that story with a great humility so that you can know you can become what you would love to become in your life. Your dream can come true. And don't lose your dream, ladies. Girls, don't accept to lose your dream midway. Don't accept relationships that will distract you from losing your dream. You know, if you choose to have a relationship today with a boy, you get distracted, you get pregnant, your dream will be sabotaged. Can you turn to your neighbor and say, don't sabotage your dream? There will be a time when it will happen that it is us who will even be pushing you to get married. But before you are fully qualified here, you've gone to university or to a college, gotten your qualifications, don't try that business of babies too early in your life. You'll struggle too much. And women who have had that, some have gotten out of that quagmire, but with a lot of struggle. And some have fallen into very bad relationships, which have even taken them down to the grave. Don't accept that. Don't shortchange yourself. Work hard. Look at your dream. Own it. Work very hard for it. When you get discouraged, don't give up on your dream. Let everyone else around you give up on their dream, but don't be the one to give up on your dream. Whatever you can dream to become, you can actually become. At one point during my career, I was heading the Secretariat for Women in the Maritime Sector in East and Southern Africa. And I want to encourage you, girls who can do STEM subjects, take them up. Go into new fields like mining. Go into new fields like maritime courses. Be out in the sea. Be the one who is our captain, Elizabeth Marami, the first woman to steer a vessel from Republic of Kenya, now celebrated internationally for becoming a captain of a very huge vessel. Be that girl who takes up engineering, who takes up unusual professions which are male-dominated, so that when I come back here, we will be awarding very unique careers principle. We will be awarding girls who have ascended to high levels in science subjects. That's why I became very uncomfortable when it sounded as though mathematics was being removed from one of the basic compulsory subjects. I was not too good in mathematics, but I scored a B-. I could have done better if I had worked a little hard. But don't accept to leave the mathematics behind. Go for it, because there are fewer women in that category, and you will find yourself spearheading one of the biggest entities or research firms as you continue to study. I know Principal will call us for a motivation day, but let me say I am very inspired to see the young, beautiful girls being with joy and hope for a bright future in days to come. And because today we have recognized the good performance is one of the ways of encouraging you and telling you to keep going higher. I just want to say this finally as I wind down. Education moves you from down there in the village and says you can now take your address in Paris. Can you ask your neighbor, where do they intend to settle? I know all these girls want to go international. Do you have a dream? What do you want to become? Let me see the doctors. Are they there? Engineers? That is, education is your equalizer. I am pleased to note that you have transitioned 78% of the last year's student to university. We want to see much higher than 78%. Is it possible to get 90% going to the universities? Are you promising me you can do that? Teacher, I hope one of the classes, the 4th form classes, can visit us in Senate, and I welcome you to visit. We can organize with the school, you come and see how we work at the Senate. After I did a lot of work at the UDA party as a Secretary General, I was given a chance to be nominated as one of the senators in the Republic of Kenya. So out of the 67 senators we have in Senate, I am one of them. And I want to encourage you to be the best version of yourself. Please just tell your neighbor as I wind down, be the best version of yourself. Work hard and don't stop. Work until you achieve. Character is everything, just like Professor Nyoro told us. Character is everything. It will transcend your certificates. So don't give up on your character. Don't compromise it. Be your best, and God will bring out the best. You have a unique gifting that only you in the whole world can fulfill that. You don't have to copy paste your neighbor. You have a unique gifting. And like in a jigsaw puzzle, it is only you who can fit within that assignment. So I want to wish you the best and to tell you that you have my hand of fellowship and my hand of friendship in mentorship. And when the principal wants us to come back here with other professionals, she will tell us and we will come back. To the alumni, let's keep supporting the school. To the parents, you are the best gem we can ever have for today. Without your support, these girls will not make it. Can we clap for our parents as I wind down? And now, as I encourage you to name your dream, to own your dream, and to work on your dream, and not to give up on your dream. I spoke to my friends and told them I was coming for a fundraiser here today. And one of the friends that I spoke to, was the deputy president, whom we are also working together with in government. And he sent me with 500,000 Kenya shillings. Are you happy with that? Do you want him to come and visit here? Do you want the president to visit Kahuhia girls? Can I ask him that you've invited him? Okay, very well. So, and my contribution will be 300,000 Kenyan shillings. And for the girls, when I was a young girl and I was here, we used to have Uncle Ken Matiba, the memories of whom I still cherish and treasure, as one of the great leaders who came from this constituency and from our region. And I remember one day he came and he bought us a cow for lunch. Can you imagine that? We were excited. We've never forgotten. When we came out of school on Ndindi, we followed Ken Matiba, Honorable Ken Matiba in Diani to visit him, to appreciate him as our big uncle. And because he's not here with us, and we are the leaders whom God has positioned here to serve, I want to give the principal 200,000 shillings for lunch for the girls. God bless you, and I love you. Thank you so much.
Madam Principal, pesa iko hapa, tafadhali give me the basket. Students, makofi tafadhali as we count the money. Yeah, now we're in business. Now we're in business.
Our MCA, can you just give your name to this student? She has added us 10,000 shillings.
Senator, wazazi na wanafunzi kwa jumla, hamjamboni? Jensi hai. Jensi hai. Kwa majina naitwa Mheshimiwa Susan. Na mimi nilichoose kutembea na Vero kwa sababu niliangalia kitu moja Murang'a, nikaona Ndindi kila saa Ndindi amefanya. Nikasema nitatafuta mwenye tutakuwa tunatembea na nani? Na yeye nikaangalia nikaona Veronica Senator na yeye na Ndindi ni kama wanafanya nini? Kama wanafanya nini? Si utitembea na yeye. Mimi ni nominated MCA Kirinyaga County na si mnajua governor ni miji. Governor nani? Kama nyinyi. Na Mheshimiwa Ndindi Nyoro, asante sana, leo niko kwako. Na ninakupenda sana kwa kazi nzuri unafanya. Na wacha nimwambie kitu moja, Mheshimiwa Ndindi Nyoro, si ati Murang'a peke yake ndio inakutegemea. Sisi kama wa Kenya tunakutegemea.
Haya, asante sana. Then niko na Grace, hii ni your lunch. Grace, you have your contribution. Grace Mogambi, my friend, 10,000. Na niko na ofisi ya Pasamati na metumwa na rafiki yetu anaitwa Gedenji Mwangi.
Bwana asifiwe. Hallelujah. Naitwa Pastor Martin, working with Alliance Realtors. Tunafanyanga mentorship programs in all over East Africa na amenituma leo na 50,000.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Ofisi ya Senator Veronica Maina wameleta 10,000. Hao ni wale tunafanya kazi nao na nimepewa 20,000 iko kwa M-Pesa, nitaituma from my friend Christine Kamami, advocate, one of the best advocates in matters of merging and demerging companies, money markets. She sent me 20,000. Thank you.
I will welcome chairperson of the board just to pass a message of appreciation. Makofi tena. This is over 500,000 plus the other contributions. I think we have 600,000 from Senator Veronica. 800 plus more. Makofi tena tafadhali.
Wow. Girls, you're happy? You have chapatis and a whole cow. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so very much. We are so grateful for the honor and the privilege of having an old girl visiting us and being a blessing to us. So, Madam Honorable Veronica, we are truly honored to have you as our guest, accepting the invitation and the inspiration and the words of wisdom you've spoken to these girls. And in addition to that, you didn't just come alone, you brought along your friends, your entire office, and we are truly honored and grateful. So God bless you so much. May you never lack. Keep inspiring the girls. Indeed, we need mentors. So we'll be reaching out to you for mentorship. Asante sana. Back to Charles.
So thank you so much, Madam Senator. Thank you for the lunch. So that is for lunch. Hiyo si ya kujenga, si ndio? Is it? Wasijaribu kutumia hiyo kujenga, si ndio? Lunch kwa leo ama siku gani? Yeah. Asanteni sana. Now we want to go to the last guest for this section because of our time. Thank you so much, Madam Senator. She was my boss at the UDA Secretariat. She taught us many things, and she actually inspired me to do a master's also in law from the University of ISDE in Madrid, Spain. So thank you so much for that. I've also received Kenya shillings 10,000 from my friend Anthony Karaoke. Karaoke, just wave. Mr. Karaoke works in Brigham, Kenya. Na nimepata 10,000 shillings from my best friend Jimmy, my dad. Pigeni makofi tafadhali. So we have 20,000. Now, without so much further ado, I want us to welcome one of our own, a leader we love, a leader we can relate with, a leader who we are proud of as people from Kiharu, people from Murang'a, and the young people of Kenya. I know him as a friend and as a client. A dance ngoma gani? DJ tupatie ngoma ya mheshimiwa tafadhali. Huyu hawezi ingia hivi kama.
Thank you very much. Tukae chini, nitamshida tu kudance kwa hivyo. Wacha nisimuaibishe. Thank you very much, my brother, Wakili Charles Jenga, our chief guest today, Professor Laban Ayilo, a mentor to many, my good friend and mentor, Chairman Peter Monga, my sister, Honorable Vero, I'm a Senator Veronica, our principal, also my very good friend, Madam Jehia, our Reverend wa hii kanisa yetu ya Kahuhia ACK, Reverend Francis Wawero, our BOM chair, Dr. Joyce, our PA chair, Dr. Gonye, all the other guests who are here, including the entire BOM of Kahuhia Girls, wazazi ambao wamefika hapa shule ya Kahuhia, na hawa wadosi wa kesho ambao ni wanafunzi wa Kahuhia Girls National School. Good afternoon. Wazazi hamjambo. Oza. Oza oza. Siarini mwakigwa siana sianyu. Mimi nimefurahi sana kuja hapa Kahuhia siku ya leo. Na niliacha the last time we came kuna kitu tulikuwa tunasema. Every minute counts. Thank you very much. Mwalimu, kabla niseme yangu ambayo ni machache sana. Nimesikia kuna salamu imeletwa hapa na Dr. Monga. Na nikasikia reception. Na nikajiambia nilete salamu, nitaiitisha baadaye kwanza nifikishe. Niletee girls salamu, wacha nione ni gani mnapenda. Na waletea salamu za Alliance Girls. Haya, very well. Na waletea salamu za Murang'a High School. Na waletea salamu ya Mugoiri Girls. Na waletea salamu ya Jiris Boys. Asanteni sana kwa kupokea salamu, hata ile hamujapokea wazazi wameona. I am very glad to be here today. Na vile nimesema itakuwa machache. First of all, I want to apologize to our parents. We have some ongoing works around the school. And I know when you are making something better, sometimes you have to make it worse first. And that is why I know in terms of mobility around here, the road was a challenge. But it's because, as you can see, it is under repair and construction or periodic maintenance. So the next time you come, I'm sure it will be better. Ni barabara hii tunatengeneza ya Murang'a all the way to Kangema. The second thing is that, yes, where we are meeting is a field, but I'm sure the school is, the precincts of the school, especially where the classrooms are domiciled,
is much better. Baraka ya mvua ni mzuri, but I also know leo uwaja imekuwa uwaja vile tumeona. But it's basically because sometimes even as a leader, there is a limit to what you can do. Because you can't tarmac a field, for example. The much you can do is to plant grass, and I am sure you have taken note. Ningetaka kwanza ni oge machache sana kwa hawa wadosi wa kesho. I was here last time we had such an event, and there are just a few things on top of the insightful talk we had from Prof and Chairman and Vero. I just want to add just a few. Practical, the ones I have seen myself without being lectured or told, and especially in regards to what we expect when we are leaving Kahuhia and when we are leaving universities and therefore joining the world that we all are with the parents. One thing I have seen to the young ladies, the young women, the young engineers who are here, the young doctors, the young leaders. When you go out of Kahuhia, which has close to 80% transition to university, and you transition to a university, and therefore from the university you graduate, the normal thing we do is to look for a job, and it's normal. But when you get a job or an opportunity anywhere, including what we do in terms of leadership, then even within that field, there is competition. When you get a job in a bank, there is a competition on who to become the manager and the leader, the team leader for the others. When you become a politician, there are also hierarchies in terms of performance and the rest. When you are in business, it is also a competition. But there are some things that I have seen that are very critical, and especially to those who want to step out, those who want to be above average, in whichever case you choose, either as a doctor, either as an employee of a bank, either as a business person, or any other. There are things you hear, but I'm just saying them because I know they are practical. One I have seen is that you need to be grounded. As a lady who is here, be grounded. Have some compass that controls you. But yes, you are here. There is some freedom around you. But up to what point do you then see, I can't step out of here? And within that one point, there are things that I have seen at wazazi mutaniuga mkono. In the current world, there are some things that are actually more important than academic qualifications. One, they look banal, they look easy, but they are very, very important. One is honesty. In that issue of being grounded, you must be grounded around honesty. I have read the Forbes list. I have read books of leaders who have made differences across the world and across history. I have not seen one who benefited out of dishonesty. The second thing is trustworthiness. As a leader, as a parent, as a teacher, as a student, we may say many things, but how do people know you? Yes, there is how you describe yourself, but mtu akiacha kitu kwa darasa yako na aikose, akikuona huwa anafikiria nini? What kind of a brand have you built around yourself? How trustworthy are you? I can also tell you the truth. I am yet to see a billionaire. I am yet to see a millionaire. I am yet to see a successful leader who made it out of being untrustworthy. I have also not seen a bank promoting anyone to become a team leader who has a trait that is contrary to that. There is something else that I want you to always have. Within that one point, responsibility. These things, they look banal, as I said, but they are very critical. When you are late, for example, you work in a bank, there is a branch manager there. You work in a hospital, you already became a doctor from Kahuhia. You are already a lawyer working in a big law firm. When people see you, and especially your boss, your colleagues, your clients, how responsible are you? Wewe ni mtu wa aina gani? Ukiwachiwa kufanya kitu, hiyo kitu watu waangalia after some time. How do they get it? That is point number one. Point number two, which I have seen is important, is something called communication. Nawaambia hizi vitu nasema zinakaa easy, but I want you to start practicing them early. When you become a teacher and you need to become a principal, you need to be telling people something, either it's parents, students, colleagues who are teachers, and the rest. When you are becoming a politician like I am, you have to sell what you are doing. You have to sell yourself also. Keep refining your communication ukiwa hapa Kahuhia. And communication is in many forms. One communication is conversational. When you are relating with people, what do you say? And what you say is based on what actually do you know. So in your field which you choose to excel in, start as early as now, gaining as much information around it, because it's that communication, it is that information that will give you confidence in communication of it. And when you are in high school, there are so many avenues to practice some of these things. If you already don't have a debate club, start one. Tell Mrs. J here, tunataka kuanza debate club, because it's a good field where you can hone your communication skills. They are very useful. Lastly, the point I want to give, have vision and be strategic. Have vision. Let me tell you something about myself, though it's not very good to give examples around yourself. There is a book I authored when I was in second year in Kenyatta University, where I was doing economics. So I authored a book titled How to Succeed in High School. That book, I actually also gave some here. If wenye walikuwa wameenda nazo, we can organize a few more. Now, this is the interesting thing. When I authored that book, I was in second year in KU. I barely knew Kiharu, because I come from a place called Gaturi. Na mtu wa Gaturi akienda kama Nairobi, hata hukuji upande. Unapitiaga Murang'a town ukienda. So there are so many people from Kiharu who actually don't know the other half of Kiharu. And I was that kind of a person. Now, when I authored this book, second year, university, hapa nyuma ya kitambu, kuna pahali tunaandikaga about the author. Unaandika mambo mengi, lakini hapa chini, unaweka picha ya mwandishi ya hiyo kitambu, na unaandika about that author. So I wrote Ndindi Nyoro is an economic student in Kenyatta University, and some other stories there. But the last sentence of that book then was that, and Ndindi Nyoro, who is the author then, many years back as a second year university student, the last sentence about that book that I authored was that, and his future, Kiharu, MP. Now, who am I now standing before you? MP for where? Current or future? So, as early as now when you're in Kahuhia, something that was said by Professor Laban, start already behaving like that doctor you want to become. Usigoje uanze kubehave kama doctor hiyo wakati. As early as now, start carrying yourself around like the professor you want to become very few years after when you leave Kahuhia. And that vision you have about yourself, iandike pahali, so that you can see it many times and often, so that it reminds you that you are not the current you. You are the future that. Na wazazi nikimaliza, and I'm saying I'm being practical. One thing that I'll challenge you parents to be doing. Yes, there is the issue about talking to your child and the rest. But I challenge you, do not give up praying for your children. Na kama kuna mzazi amekuja hapa na anaenda nyumbani, and you have doubts about if prayers you pray for your children work, if you have that doubt, see me as Ndindi Nyoro and know that I am a product of God himself. And the best way that God anafikisha hiyo baraka kwa mtu, saa zingine ni kwa vile tunaomba. What I know for sure ni vile hiyo siku kutaka story mingi, like what every other speaker have said here, all of us are from backgrounds that you could never associate with a person being an MP. Some of us are from a background where even a chief to come from that family was already too much. Some of us are in families where, like myself, we were in secondary school, all of us the same time. My sisters were in Jobe High School. Another one was in college. I was in Form 1. It's where, mukiitwa parade mutu atumwe nyumbani kwa school fees, I knew, unless there was a mistake in the list, I am already there. I mean, nilikuwa tunasikia wanaanza kusoma, I start preparing my mind on how to go home. And therefore I know, ile baraka tunaombea wanafunzi na watoto, Mungu anaisikia, because there are things you cannot do out of your will or out of your ability as a parent. Mtoto akiwa hapa, na wewe uko nyumbani, I mean, there is nothing you can do physically, but there is something God can keep on doing and polishing, the young ladies, and polishing even the other ones who are not in Kahuhia, so that they become a blessing miaka ambayo inakuja. And I know for sure, hawa munaona hapa wazazi, hawa ndio Mungu atatumia kubadilisha taito yenu kama wazazi. Watu wasikuwa wanasema Baba Jerry yule wa Power So. Wakuwa wanasema Baba Jerry yule engineer mkubwa kule KQ. Waache kusema Baba Mary yule ambaye anapeangwa vibarua kwa kijiji, wataanza kusema ni Baba Mary yule professor wa Daystar University. And that is the blessing I wish all of us. Nikimaliza, mimi nikisimama hapa naelewa kabisa hii shule ya Kahuhia iko na more people than those from Kiharu, because it's a big school. And because there are also very many people from Kiharu, nitatumia dakika moja tu niwashukuru sana wenye ni wazazi wa Kiharu na wanafunzi wa Kiharu. Wako hapa watu wa Kiharu? Tonyorokie Kiharu. Tonyorokie Kiharu. Ya, nimesikia iko watu wa Kiharu. Hapa Kiharu kuna kazi tunafanya, lakini ya masomo haswa, because hii ingine I don't want to tire you with them. We have around 112 public primary schools here in Kiharu, including one called Kahuhia Primary iko hapa, na ingine inaitwa Kirogo iko hapa. When I became MP in the first term, we decided lazima tubadilishe kwenye wanasomea. And like many of us here who are from villages, in schools that are deplorable, that is how Kiharu was. But out of all our 112 public primary schools, all of them as a representation of what you have done, tumefanya kazi ya kujenga na kurenovate, and all of them are tiled. All our public primary schools, watoto wanakanyaga tiles. Tumeanza pia maneno ya kabro. Ukiangalia kama shule iko hapa ya Kahuhia Primary iko na kabro, Kirogo iko na kabro. We have been able to kabro and landscape around maybe 30 something of them. Hata vile nimechelewa, I was commissioning one of them hapa chini, inaitwa Kiagage. A school that looks like a school where a child of any leader goes. Na kama mungetaka kuona ukipita hapa chini ukiteremka, utaona shule kama hiyo inaitwa St. Joseph Kiagage. It is actually a public school, and we do it on purpose. The other thing, we have a program called Kiharu Masomo Bora. We target day schools. And I want to apologize, maybe that is the reason why we are not able to invest a lot of our resources of CDF in Kahuhia girls. Because we also have to look at the society at large. Lakini kwa hizo shule zote zetu za secondary schools, which are around 60 something, over 10,000 learners, all our day schools in Kiharu, the only school fees they pay per term is only 1,000 shillings. 1,000 only. Na kwa hiyo pesa wanakula shule, na pia the last Friday of the month kama leo wanakulaga chapati, all the schools. Msianze kuitisha chapati nyinyi watu. na on top of that, we are building laboratories, we are building halls, we are building libraries, we are building computer labs, we are modernizing our day schools so that even that child whose parents has no opportunity to be where we are in Kahuhia, they can also get a smaller Kahuhia in every village in Kiharu. And that is why, as my last point, vile Veronica amesema, where the world is going, the opportunities of the current world are opportunities around STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And we must encourage our country not to be left behind when it comes to dispensations of the world. And that is why I want to encourage even the ministry and all the leaders that let us take STEM very seriously. Because we cannot be isolated as a country. Currently, the talk of the world, yes, I respect arts. I have also done arts in university, but we have to be alive at the current situation of the globe and the world and where opportunities are. And therefore, mathematics must continue to be a very primary subject in our learning institutions. Sciences must continue to be a very important segment of our curriculum, because that is where the modern world is heading. That is where the modern world and the opportunities of the modern world are. Na hayo mengi, mimi nawatakia baraka ya Mwenyezi Mungu. Mukienda nyumbani katika holiday ya Easter, I wish you God's blessings, and may every good thing that you desire come true in your life. Asanteni sana. May God bless you. Na kwa sababu sitaki, na pole sana nimeongea haraka because I was trying to save time. That is why nimeongea maneno haraka. So kwa sababu sitaki Jenga anirudishe hapa kiniuliza kai woka hata ya. Jenga ni rafiki yangu, ni kama my brother. Na nimefurahi sana kuona mzee who is also your friend. So there are many things we've been doing in this school, lakini kwa sababu leo tumekuja na hafla pia kutafuta pesa, let me not promise what we may do later in future about CDF and the rest. Nipeane ile kidogo niko nayo, iendelee na hiyo kazi. Na nimeona tulikuwa pia in the same spirit that even when we come here, girls have to smile. And I know you are going home today. But even if you are going home today, whatever it is that belongs to you must be left here today. Must not be a promise. So I'll give, because you are your project, 500,000. Na kwa ile project ingine ya the young ladies, mwalimu sasa hiyo siku, not just the young ladies, let them be even the teachers together as a community, because Kahuya Girls is a family. So ile siku mtafugua mkiona ni lini, because practically may be impossible to do it today. Mkuwe na special meal, kama haitaisha mufanye special meal ingine. So kwa hiyo mambo ya kunyorokia maneno ya tubo, hata mimi nitaacha 200,000. Nimepea jenga hiyo ya mjengo, sitaki ashike hii. Kuja president wa hii shule ushike kupokea, afadhali utapea mwalimu baadaye. Kwa sababu hii shule iko na kabro, iko sawa. Kwa hivyo hiyo pesa sio ya kuweka kabro. Hii shule iko na gate, hata inakaa ya college. So hiyo pesa sio ya kujenga gate. Hii shule iko na madarasa ya kutosha. Kwa hivyo hiyo pesa sio ya kujenga darasa. Hii shule iko na vitabu, hata mumesoma zote, iko library. Kwa hivyo hiyo pesa sio ya kununua vitabu. Hiyo pesa yote isie kwa tubo ya hawa wadosi. Asanteni sana. Mungu awabariki.
A round of applause. Mheshimiwa Nyoro.
Mheshimiwa Ndindi Nyoro, we love you so much. Somebody said that because of what we are doing, that's why everybody is talking about Kiharu. But I wanted to say that that's why everybody is talking about Murang'a, not Kiharu. And we thank God for you. We are so appreciative. Every time we have called you here, you have always come. We know you love this institution. We know even from our hearts. And these girls also love you. And at this point, I want to take this opportunity to say asante sana. And may God bless you. Your story is very moving. I think that's why you are sitting next to Professor Airo. Your story, the two of you, I think you need to write a book in, you can collaborate and do a book together. Otherwise, I want everybody to put their hands together. We give him one clap. Another one. And another one. Thank you. God bless you so much. Chair.
Can move the highest mountains, cross the greatest oceans, and walk across the world.
So we've come to the end of speeches from our guests. Because of our time, we want to finish that section. But we are right on the money. Lazima tujenge admin block. That's our agenda. Good news is that we are already at 8 million plus, which has been contributed by all of us. Can we clap for ourselves? When our chairperson of the board was giving her speech, she gave a rundown of how each category